Hello everyone. All of you know that mathematics for game development is divided into three sections. First one is computer graphics, second one is a DirectX 11 and the third one is Unity. Today we are going to start with the first section of our syllabus, that is Introduction to Computer Graphics. In computer graphics you will learn certain transformation techniques which are related with 2D and 3D plane. So let's start with the topic transformations. What do you mean by transformation? Assume that you are going to design a game, and in that game you want to move the character or object from one position to the another position, or you want to reduce the size of that object, or you want to rotate that object. Then you need certain techniques, and these techniques are transformation techniques. Therefore, we can say that transformation is a process of modifying and repositioning the existing graphics. In computer graphics, you will learn translation, rotation, scaling, reflection, and shear. All of you know what is translation, rotation, and scaling of a complex number in linear algebra. Here we will see all of these techniques related with certain graphics. Transformation are of two kinds, 2D transformation and 3D transformation. As the name implies, 2D transformation deals with the xy plane and 3D transformation deals with the xy and z plane. In today's lecture, we will see certain 2D transformation techniques. So let's start with the topic 2D transformations. The first technique is 2D translation. Translation is a process of moving the object from one position to the another position. Let us consider this diagram. In this diagram, the object O are having the coordinates x old and y old. Now I am going to add the translating vectors tx and ty. After adding these translating vectors, the object O moves from this position to the new position O dash. O dash are having the coordinates x new and y new. Now I want to represent this entire procedure in terms of certain notation. So let's see which are that notations. Consider the initial coordinates of the point are xy, the new coordinates of the point after translation are x dash and y dash, and the translation vector or shift vector are tx and dy. Actually, there are two different notations are used. First one is the algebraic equation and the second one is a matrix notation. Algebraic equation simply represent the result or formulas for the entire transformation technique. So here for 2D translation, algebraic equations are x dash is equal to x plus tx, y dash is equal to y plus ty. Now I will convert these algebraic equation in terms of matrices. Here the left hand side of the algebraic equation is x dash and y dash. It can be written as x dash y dash 1 as a column matrix, and the right hand side of this equation can be written as like this. But here the question is arise that there are only two unknowns, x dash and y dash, and then why we are going to add 1 in the left hand side and right hand side of the matrix notation. So there is a reason. So first understand why we add 1 in the matrix notation. According to the algebraic equation, x dash is equal to x plus tx and y dash is equal to y plus ty. The matrix representation is x dash y dash is equal to 1. 1 represent the coefficient of x, 0 the coefficient of y, as y is not involved in this equation, and tx is the translation vector. In the second row, 0 indicate the coefficient of x, as x is not involved in this equation. 1 indicate the coefficient of y, and ty is the translating vector. X and y indicates the initial coordinates of the point. Now tell me, the multiplication of these two matrices is possible or not? The multiplication is not possible. Why? Because the order of the first matrix is 2 by 3 and order of the second matrix is 2 by 1. So according to multiplication rule, number of columns of the first matrix is not equal to number of rows of the second matrix. So that's why multiplication is not possible. Therefore, we add 1 in these matrix notation. Again, there is the second one reason. Suppose you want to represent your object in terms of a 3D, that means a 2D object in terms of a 3D, then how will you represent it? Here we add one more axis h. So this is your x axis, this is the y axis, and now I'm going to add one more axis h, but the axis h having the value 1 only. That means whenever you are going to add the 1 in the two-dimensional system, it will not affect the original coordinates. Okay, do two dimensions stand for only two coordinates, that's why. Now in this diagram there is a triangle having these three vertices, so we are going to consider only one vertex here having the coordinates x, y and 1. Now we are going to multiply with the scalar t here. T is on the h axis, so what is the value of t? The value of t is 1. So whenever you are going to multiply t with x and y axis coordinates, it will not affect the original representation of the object. So this is just for representing 2D object in terms of a 3D. We add 1 along with the x and y coordinate of the point. Now let us consider one example. There is a circle C with radius 3 and center coordinates 1, 4. Apply the translation with distance phi towards the x-axis and 1 towards the y-axis. Then obtain the new coordinates of the point C. Actually, there are two notations are involved. First one is the algebraic and second one is a matrix. So here I am going to use the matrix notation. According to the matrix notation, here the value of x and y coordinates is 1 and 4. So replace the value of x and y as 1, 4. Tx is replaced by 5, ty is replaced by 1. Now after multiplying these two matrices, you will get these answer. So again, by using equality of matrices, you will get x dash is equal to 6, y dash is equal to 5 and 1 is equal to 1 itself. So whenever we are going to add 1 in the matrix notation, it will not affect the algebraic equations. Now look at this diagram. Okay, this is the diagram of a 2D translation of the circle. In this diagram, in the original diagram, C having the coordinates 1, 4. After translation, C dash are having the coordinates 6 and 5. So this is the translation of a circle. Then again consider one more example for a square. Square having the coordinates A 03, B 33, C 30 and D 00. Apply the translation with distance 1 towards the x-axis and 1 towards the y-axis. Obtain the new coordinates of the square. So here translating vectors tx and ty are having the values 1, 1. Now I am going to use algebraic equation notation instead of matrix notation. So by using algebraic equation, we have x dash is equal to x plus tx and y dash is equal to y plus ty. After substituting the values of x and y coordinates and tx and ty for these four coordinates, you will get the new coordinates for the square. So only study all of these. How will you get these new coordinates? So after substituting all the values in the result, you will get the new coordinates of the square are 1, 4, 4, 4, 4, 1 and 1, 1. So look at this diagram. This is your original diagram and after translation it will looks like this. Now the next one technique is 2D scaling. Scaling is a process of modifying or altering the size of the object. If the scaling factor is greater than 1, then the object size is increased. If the scaling factor is less than 1, the object size is reduced. So here again we will represent the 2D scaling in terms of algebraic notation and in terms of matrix notation. Consider the initial coordinates of the point are x, y. New coordinates of the point after scaling are x dash and y dash. Now the scaling factor for the x-axis is sx. Scaling factor for the y-axis is sy. The algebraic equation for 2D scaling is x dash is equal to sx into x, y dash is equal to sy into y. Now in terms of matrices, this is the column matrix of the left hand side of your equations. Now here we want to prepare matrices for the multiplication point of view. So here we will simply replace the value 1 by sx, scaling factor for the x-axis. Then in the principal diagonal, the 1 is replaced by sy, which is the scaling factor for y-axis, and the last one will remain as it is here. So this is the matrix notation for the 2D scaling. Now let us consider the example of a square. Again, the coordinates of the square are as it is: A having the coordinates 0, 3, B having the coordinates 3, 3, C having the coordinates 3, 0, D having the coordinates 0, 0. Here we apply the scaling parameter 2 towards the x-axis and a 3 towards the y-axis, and then we obtain the new coordinates of the object. Again here I am going to use the algebraic notation, which is x dash is equal to sx into x, y dash is equal to sy into y. Now by using these equation, we will find the new coordinates of the point A, B, C and D. Then look at these diagram. After scaling, the new coordinates of the square are A 09, B 69, C 60, D 00. So this is the original square, and after scaling it will look like this. So the object size is increased here. Why? Because the scaling factors are positive or greater than 1, that's why. Now the next one is 2D reflection. Actually reflection is the mirror image of the object. The angle for the reflection is 180 degree. That means suppose you want to rotate the object, the angle for that rotation is 180 degree. So again there are two sections are involved: reflection on the x-axis and reflection on the y-axis. So we will see one by one. First one is reflection on the x-axis. The algebraic equations for that: x dash is equal to x, y dash is equal to minus y. Now here suppose you want to reflect on the x-axis, that time change the value of y coordinate only. That means we simply change the sign of y coordinate and x coordinate value will remain as it is. In the matrix notation it is represented like this. Now the next one is reflection on the y-axis. So what will be the change in the algebraic equations? In the algebraic equation we simply change the sign of the x coordinate and y coordinate value will remain as it is, and this is the matrix notation for the 2D reflection on the y-axis. Now let us see one problem here. Consider a triangle with the coordinate points A 34, B 64, C 56. Apply the reflection on the x-axis and obtain the new coordinates of the object. Here I am going to use the algebraic equations for that. So for reflection on the x-axis, algebraic equations are x dash is equal to x, y dash is equal to minus y. Now put all the values of x and y in the results. You will get these three coordinates, new coordinates of the points. So look at these diagram. Here you will see the reflection of the original object on the y-axis. This is the reflected object here. Now similarly By considering the same problem, if we apply reflection on the y-axis, we will use the algebraic notations as x dash is equal to minus x and y dash is equal to y. Then after putting the values in the above result, you will get the new coordinates of the points ABC. And here it is the diagram. Here you will see this is the original diagram and it is reflected on the y-axis, and this is your reflected object or reflected triangle here. Now the next one is the shearing. Shearing is a technique to change the shape of the existing object. Now suppose you want to change the shape of that object along with the x-axis and along with the y-axis. Then how will you change it? Here we need some angle for that. So that angle is the shearing parameter. So first we are going to see shearing in the x-axis. So let us assume the initial coordinates of the object are xy. Then the shearing parameter towards the x direction is tan beta. New coordinates of the point O after the shearing are x dash and y dash. Now the algebraic equations are x dash is equal to x plus y into tan beta, and the y dash is equal to y itself. Why? Because it is the shearing towards the x direction. That means you are going to change the shape towards the x direction only. So that's why y direction remains as it is, or y coordinate values remains as it is. And this is the matrix notation for that. Multiply these two matrices, you will get these algebraic equations as it is. Now here in this example we are going to consider a triangle having the vertices 1 1, B 0 0 and C having the coordinates 1 0. And here I want to change the diagram of the triangle with an angle of 60 degree. So tan beta means tan 60 having the value 1.73, which is approximately equal to 2. Now it is a shearing in the x-axis, so that's why we will use these algebraic equation. After substituting the value of x and y and tan beta, that means tan 60 degree, you will get the new coordinates like this. So look at this diagram. In this diagram, this is the original diagram having the coordinates A having the coordinates 3 1, sorry 1 1, B having the coordinates 0 0 and C having the coordinates 1 0. And after shearing, here you will get these diagram. I wrongly put here A 3 1, so actually it is A 1 1. So look at this point. This is A 1 1. It's a mistake. Then 2D shearing in the y-axis. Suppose you want to change the shape of the object in the y-axis, then we use these algebraic equations here. X dash is equal to x and y dash is equal to y plus x tan beta. Again, these algebraic equations can be represented as matrix notation like this. Multiply these two matrices, you will get these equations as it is. So let's try with the same example of a triangle and find out the shape of the triangle. So that is the homework part. I think all of you understand all of these topics clearly. So again I am going to revise certain points. What is a translation? Translation means adding the translation vector. Scaling is by multiplying the scaling factor. Okay, reflection is the mirror image, and shearing means changing the shape of the object. So I think all of you understand all of these points very clearly. So thank you very much for your patience.